I'm Kyle Joaquin.
In 2014, we got more silence than answers on some key issues of national importance. Now, as the curtain falls on another year, NB12 takes a look back at the top 10 issues that have faded from the headlines, but government has failed to provide answers on. Remember this?
4 badly decomposed bodies were discovered on Anguilla Key in the Quezal Bank.
It appears those bodies were badly burned.
On April 4th, police discovered the bodies of 3 men and 1 woman. They had been covered with tires, then set on fire. Authorities never classified their deaths, which would have pushed this year's murder count to 120. And who could forget the Cuban abuse probe, which dominated news headlines? 5 Defense Force Marines were charged with the alleged abuse of Cuban detainees, but the hearings have long been on hold. It's another big issue that faded from headlines with many questions but few answers. The same goes for the new BTC deal. The Prime Minister announced on live TV that CWC agreed to transfer roughly 2% of BTC shares back to government. Months later, the deal has yet to be tabled. Another unanswered question. Then there's the Central Police Station wedding of Kendrick Tinker, a day after his arrest for drug possession. Let's do the math. 3 police officers placed on leave, 2 face disciplinary charges, 1 jailhouse wedding. Answers, 0. And who could forget the BEC chairman with the big BEC bill? The Miller family paid $100,000 cash on a $239,000 BEC bill, despite a policy which prohibits cashiers from collecting more than $10,000. The PM reportedly ordered a ministerial report on the cash payment. What was the outcome? We still don't know. Another issue that is unlikely to be resolved before year's end is Dr. Andre Rawlins' fate. The Fort Charlotte MP appeared before the PLP's disciplinary committee following his scathing attack on Prime Minister Christie.
The matter has been referred to a committee of 4 persons who will make their recommendation.
3 months and several meetings later, his fate remains a mystery. So does the outcome of the Bank of the Bahamas leak probe. In May, police showed up at then F&M Chairman Darren Cash's home and seized several items.
Now we are hearing that they took his laptop as well as a cell phone.
Cash's property was eventually returned, but 7 months later, BOB officials have gone silent on the matter. The public is also awaiting answers on a Public Hospitals Authority audit, which revealed $10 million in missing pharmaceutical supplies.
There are a number of audits that have been performed, but no comments at this time.
Are you aware of this audit that was reported on? Are you aware of that?
Yes, I'm aware of it.
Did you read it?
Yes, I've read it.
Were you shocked by anything that was in it?
No comment at this point in time.
When do you plan to comment on it?
Very soon, very soon.
Very soon never came. Neither did answers on allegations of the National Security Agency spying on Bahamians' cell phone conversations.
The facts must be determined. Otherwise, the behavior described would be clearly illegal and, on the face of it, an abuse of powers.
To our knowledge, the U.S. has yet to provide answers. But perhaps the top issue that officials have failed to address this year is a letter of intent scandal involving Renward Wells.
Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Works, Renward Wells, was fired.
The Prime Minister promised to address Wells' unauthorized signing of that LOI in Parliament.
I had said to Renward Wells, I'm going to let you speak to the nation. The leader of the opposition has asked for a committee in the House of Assembly. It's on the agenda, and before we break, I'm going to have you speak to that, and I'll speak to it.
We're still waiting.